successful producer. I will not mention names, but his whole opinion about women on film, from beginning to end, is very brief. He says, women on film, either naked or dead.
One of the most disturbing problems in our world today is human and particularly the of children. Our future is our children.
That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like, could it? And then you find out later on the track that you were exactly on track with a lot of this stuff. Not specifically on track, but that you could, that some of your worst nightmares were real.
We have to face the fact that the largest consumer of child materials, it's America. So that is a fact. That I got that information from the Department of Justice.
End child is a worldwide movement that requires collective effort and a united front. This is just the beginning. Go see Sound of Freedom.
There's a producer I know, successful producer, I will not mention names, but his whole opinion about women on film from beginning to end is very brief. He says women on film either naked or dead. One of the most disturbing problems in our world today is human and particularly the of children. Our future is our children. That couldn't be the reason for why so and so was acting like, could it? And then you find out later on the track that you are exactly on track with a lot of this stuff, not specifically on track, but that you could, that some of your worst nightmares were real. Y'all know Mel Gibson and Oprah Winfrey are no strangers to the limelight, but this time Mel is making headlines for all the right reasons. He's back in the news as he is relentlessly trying to expose the deep dark secrets of Hollywood, with a lot of famous controversial figures getting caught up in the middle of it all. And guess who's catching a lot of the heat again? You guessed it, Oprah Winfrey. Oprah's name keeps popping up in the middle of all these controversial cases concerning disturbing activities, and these latest allegations against her are probably worse than anything we've heard before. Well, you're not going to believe this, but Oprah is back in the news, and yet even more disturbing scandals. She's catching heat yet again for her alleged involvement in the alleged human trade scandal. Mel Gibson, in his relentless quest to shed light on these dark Hollywood skeletons, is exposing Winfrey, revealing to us what might seem to be her actual true nature. Oprah Winfrey's success has been felt all through Hollywood and the world in general, with her generosity helping her impact a whole lot of lives in the world. She is celebrated all over as a huge symbol of compassion for all her charity work, and her success has had her rubbing shoulders with the top most elite figures in showbiz. But here's where it all gets complicated. Despite her successful career and her apparent compassion, Oprah is always getting caught in the middle of some shady business. Mel Gibson is calling her out for being caught in the middle of this storm, claiming she's allegedly complicit in this system that is set out to exploit the most vulnerable in society. Word on the street is that Mel believes Oprah is part of the organized crime ring that orchestrates its heinous activities in plain sight. These criminal organizations apparently get away scot-free as the alleged perpetrators are protected by their high status in society. Just like Oprah, and Mel is just one of the many voices that are trying to expose this sick power structure. Yeah, we have to face the fact that the largest consumer of child materials, it's America. So that is a fact. That's that. I got that information from the Department of Justice. Yeah. Now we all know Mel has never been the one to shy away from controversy, having an extremely headstrong personality and never being one to mince his words. Mel is making waves by speaking about the hidden syndicate that apparently exists, hosting the most prominent individuals in Hollywood who perpetrate heinous activities without facing any legal consequences. And what other better way for Mel push this agenda than through his field of niche film? Mel seemingly targeted influential figures including Oprah in The Sound of Freedom, speaking out about the hidden agenda that ties many of these kingpins to human and trade. Mel reveals how most powerful and influential figures in this industry are shielded by their high societal status and success, which acts as a cover for their horrific crimes. The fight to end child is a worldwide movement that requires collective effort and a united front. This is just the beginning. Go see Sound of Freedom. Although a low-budget film, Sound of Freedom holds a powerful message aiming to combat the unspoken reality within the showbiz industry. The film stars a federal agent who is on an unabating mission to save the youth from the harrowing grips of human smuggling in Colombia. The film exposes the brutal world filled with expectation, showing us the unspeakable horrors the young souls had to go through in that realm. It is the fastest-growing international crime network that the world has ever seen for Homeland Security. You know we can't go off rescuing Honduran kids in Colombia this J. Terry to pieces. As you might guess, the film struck a nerve in the audience and made a strong impact in the entertainment industry. The fans absolutely loved Sound of Freedom, with the film raking up millions despite its relatively low production budget. Here's where it gets juicier. Despite the film's overall success and impact among the fans, it greatly struggled to get into blockbusters and mainstream media. This film, with which is an urgent wake-up call towards the evils going on in the shadows within the industry, seems to have rubbed the higher-ups in the wrong way. Smells like a cover-up, don't you think? The big question is, why did the film struggle in spite of its undeniable impact all over the world? Critics were divided on their opinions on the film, relating its struggles with the adverse competition it faced from the Barbenheimer craze. The buzz around Barbie and Oppenheimer could have sucked up all the attention, causing Sound of Freedom to fade silently into the background. In addition to the Barbenheimer buzz, the film might have moved away from the spotlight due to its strong and heavy theme, which might be considered cliché inadequate marketing strategy, or maybe the audience just wanted to change from the common suffering and action-packed films. However, more critics and fans are looking into this deeper and not just at face value, as the entertainment industry is notoriously known for dictating narratives to suit their own agendas. It is not surprising to find out that influential moguls actually had a say in the movie's success, curtailing it and preventing the film's true meaning from spreading across the industry and beyond. This might just have been a conniving tactic to gag Mel Gibson, therefore protecting their vicious interests and burying the deadly truth even further. This girl is 14 years old. Tomato. She's been doing it since she was 6. Looks at me, smiles, takes the money, walks out the door. All this gets even messier as streaming corporations such as Hulu, Amazon and Netflix, known for giving a platform to the most controversial and head-turning films, chose not to carry the film. Sounds fishy how all these decisions from these most powerful platforms raise even more eyebrows, making us question if there really is a hidden agenda against Mel's influential film. The child material was being made overseas, so in 2006 the laws changed and we could go in search of any American who was hurting kids overseas, and we could hold them accountable as if they had committed that crime. The plot just keeps getting thicker and thicker for Oprah as the press and the public are picking apart her supposed friendships with some very controversial figures in the industry. Winfrey seems to be always in close association with very wealthy and powerful figures who have somehow ended up all over the news for all the wrong reasons. It's crystal clear that Oprah had both a professional and personal relationship with Harvey Weinstein, a powerful business mogul who has been facing career-ending charges recently, as many women have come out raising allegations of harassment against him. Weinstein is facing claims of gross misconduct in the workplace, with the women accusing them of wanting certain favors to further their careers. Now y'all figure this has to look bad on Oprah, as Weinstein and her have had a budding friendship for years back, with Oprah pictured spending time with Weinstein on several occasions. The shocking part is Oprah is even pictured acting all chummy with Weinstein, even kissing him on the cheek in one photograph. This definitely raises eyebrows all through the showbiz industry, making us wonder if indeed Oprah actually knew what her buddy was up to, or even worse, might have had a hand in it. I do not need to hear what he says, and you could say it before or after this thing, but I don't need to hear it, thank you, because I know what he did, and we all do. Okay, all of us women and his victims specifically, and there's a lot of us, a lot more than people would think. I was in Hollywood since I was 15. I know these people like the back of my hand, so when I see their lies and I hear their complicity and I hear them covering for each other, and I think, you know, it was the goddess's way of protecting me that I wasn't mentioned at the Oscars or at the Golden Globes. Y'all, it gets even crazier, as Oprah also has had a very close relationship with none other but Shaw Diddy Combs, who is facing incriminating charges and was indicted quite recently. Oprah and Diddy have been friends forever, building their names and careers side by side. Oprah is pictured with P. Diddy countless times, seen having fun together. It is rumored that Oprah took part in Puff's infamous parties and might have even been part of the ring, and this makes us ask even more questions, as we all think there's no way Diddy did all his nasty activities without Oprah being privy to them. And that's not all. Winfrey also had a close relationship with Bill Cosby, pictured with him on various occasions seemingly enjoying each other's company. Well, we all know about the infamous Cosby story, where he was accused of raping many of the young actresses. He was working with Cosby's success and high status in society let him get away with these terrible crimes for years, but finally his goody-goody facade was torn down and the world was taken back by the megastar's true facade. This makes us extremely skeptical about Oprah and how much she knew, and it's not looking good for the huge star. But wait, it gets even messier. Oprah also allegedly had a long-standing professional and personal relationship with the infamous PDF file Jeffrey Epstein, who blew the world by St.